Guys, Deluded Gooner, YouTube's and Golo Kante. I'm back again, folks. Now, if you're thinking, oh, hey, DG, something looking a bit dodgy, you're not looking as close or you're looking further away or something might look a bit off. Little secret is, guys, I just thought to myself, let me buy a little table, man, because bare times I'm throwing stuff down on the floor and that. And yeah, and you're actually, where I position the equipment, you're actually a bit higher as well. So from time to time, you might actually see my wallpaper. I know some people think I'm somewhere else. I'm still in my room, man. It's just, to be fair, it's quite amazing how this can conceal everything. But yeah, let's crack on. Oh, I thought I'd show you guys as well. More time, when I was recording stuff, this is what I was using to, one sec. That's where the notes were, man. This is my old Xbox turned whatever, man. I ain't played this for time, but as you can see, when was the last time we needed any of that crap? But to play any or use any of that crap. But let's crack on, man. I've got a couple things to say, man. This is all my vid material. There's about 4 vids there. But which one do I want to speak about? Do you know what? Alan Pardew, now, those of you who know he's lost his job, no surprise there. I mean, it's the same old managers being recycled. Mark Hughes has now got another job. I'm not disrespecting any of them. Credit to them for getting a job. It's an amazing field to be in if you can constantly underachieve and get a top job in comparison to all the leagues. Premier League is a top job. So, yeah, he took over at West Brom. I believe, I got it here somewhere, 1 win in 18. Now, when I saw that, I couldn't believe that, I thought it was a false thing. And it is 6 points from safety with 10 games left. We know with West Brom, there's been a lot going on off the field as well. You've seen whether it was Evans and whoever else was involved in that Barcelona taxi staff, Chris Brunt and a couple players, both internally and externally, which we've heard about in the newspapers, have criticised Pardew's methods, his tactics, etc., etc. And when it comes to the senior players, there's been numerous senior players that have called him out. They've questioned his tactics. They even questioned his tactics earlier in the season at numerous incidences. There was an incident they changed. I don't follow West Brom, so I don't know their formation and stuff like that. I'd have to scout them, look at them from a different eye. But many of their players have criticised Alan Pardew, senior players. I want you to stay with it. Senior players have criticised how he was moving. So when I'm seeing that he's bullying Sam Field and things like that, I'm getting angry. Now, it's not bullying. I believe it's bullying. That's me saying that. No one else has said he's bullying, in case you get my words mixed up. But Sam Field's 18, 19 years of age. Now, when they played Manchester City, I believe he was thrown into the side. They lost. It was a shocking performance. And Alan Pardew, despite the fact that they've been playing poor, which is the result of them being there, despite the fact that the previous points I've mentioned, 6 points from safety, they've been there as a result of underperforming all season. And they've got players that have been capped by international countries. Johnny Evans, Brunt, Hugazi, Foster at a time, all of these players, Rondon, all of these fairly internationally recognised players. I'm not saying you haven't dug them up. Clearly you have at times. Managers say things. But it just feels when they're doing stuff, there's a different approach. And then you're getting at young players and bullying and target them. Now, I started waffling and passionately ranting. But allegedly, Sam Field, when they played City, they all played woeful. Pardew proceeded to dig him out alone in the change rooms, which the senior players didn't have a problem with. Now, on one hand, I have to keep it fair, just away from Pardew. I do believe football is too nice and you can't dig out players. Sometimes you need to be shouted at. You guys know Darren, my coach, as a person that I love as a man and as a coach, and he's a big reason as to why I look at football this way, yeah. He would never really single you out and things like that, but at the same time, pardon my language, you couldn't be bitch made. Like, if you need to get shouted at or singled out, it has happened. Like, it happened to me once. I made a mistake. He said it in front of everyone at half time. I'm thinking, rah, I bucked up my ideas. So I get that. But when you consider that the senior players have been underperforming and all of these things, and you're not going hard on them, you want to dig out young Sam Field, 19 years of age, because he didn't play well against City, and when the whole team didn't play well. Added to that, there's actually rumours that the man was even ill in the lead up to the game. So the fact that he put his health on the line, and I don't want to exaggerate, he might have had the serious problem, might have had a cold. Either way, he put his health on the line when he's not 100% to play. It didn't go his way, and like I said, if he played poor, you deserve to be criticised. But if you're digging him out to the point where the senior players aren't having a bar with it, something's wrong. Added to that, it just feels like you're picking on you're just picking on young players and players that aren't established yet, and players that are scared of you in the sense that these established players, they know they can go get moves, or they know player power is a strong thing. Young Sam Field, he's not established per se at West Brom first team and things like that. So he might think, I can't talk back, or I can't stand up for myself because I'm not going to have a future here. I'm not going to have this. And added to that, the case for this sort of stuff gets stronger when you consider that. What was I going to say? Allegedly, the Mail reported that he was acting aggressive towards Oliver Burke, a player that he bought, I believe. Did he buy him? No, I don't think he bought him. But he's a young 20-year-old. He came to the club. He wasn't really getting first team football. So enough one. That's a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old being bullied. Allegedly, I believe the Mail also reported that he tried to get the under-18s moved away from the training ground due to a lack of space. So what does this tell you? This tells you he's bullying, man, innit? Because he knows if you tell Sam Field or any of these under-18s and they answer back, they might find themselves permanently out the club. That loan spell cycle, or just not having a future. It's just bullying, man. And I ain't got time. I really ain't got time for that, man. That stuff annoys me. That stuff's cowardly. Like, Pardew gets a lot of praise and he gets a lot of criticism for antics like this, and I see that as victimizing, man, to be honest with you. And I don't like people who pick on, who try and prey on the weak. I'm not suggesting any of these guys are weak. What I mean by that is you're seeing that guys are being humble or something, and you know that you can get away with stuff, and you can't do that in the end. You couldn't do that. I'm sure you lot came from areas and grew up in a certain society where if you did that, you'll be found out very quickly, and guys will pick up on that. Like, nice to see he's lost his job anyways when I hear things like this. And I have to also remember, regardless of my opinion in this vid, I don't know if it's facts, people. So if it's not facts, man, stay corrected. Pardew, you'll get an apology. But based on this, you're a waste, man, still. But anyways, guys, deluded, Guna, you choosing Golo Kante. Again, a comment, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.